I'm Trevor Williams with Global Atlanta. I'm here with Tino Mantella, who's the president of the Technology Association of Georgia. Mr. Mantella, thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome. It's good to be with you today.
Tell us a little bit about how you came to this organization. I know you started as president in 2004.
Right. Well, my background's been in the nonprofit sector for the last 20 plus years, and TAG has gone through a period of up cycles and downturns, and pretty much based on what was happening with the economy. So certainly a rough spell in the early 2000s when the tech bust after the tech boom. Right. And so I was recruited in at a time where TAG was at a lower point. Membership was down. Membership was declining pretty seriously. Finances were struggling. And I came in with the nonprofit background, so the kinds of things that I've done in my career, whether it be in the YMCA or other organizations, was help to build the infrastructure. And the first thing we did is create a direction for the organization that people could rally around. And then we built a strong board. It's a large board. We have 60 people on our board, so it's some people cringe when we say that, but it works well for us. They're very dedicated people, and they're committed to growing technology in our community. So we built the board, and then membership began to grow as we started to communicate out what we were working on, what kinds of things we could do to support people and communities. So it's all been a good ride so far. We've grown from 1,400 to 9,000 members in that period of time, and we're expanding from what we used to be more of connecting people, which we felt like we owned connecting, if you will, now to a point of really trying to drive economic development for the state in the area of technology.
And within that vein, you're trying to focus more on international business. I'm wondering, how important is it for your members in this kind of growing global economy to be connected with some of the resources that are available in Atlanta for international companies?
Yeah, and we created a new society called International Business Society. It's a good name because of what you asked me, but that's one of 25 societies. So we really try to help our community galvanize around different areas that we think and they believe are going to be important for the future and growth areas. So certainly international business, to your question, is something that is significant for technology companies here. Gone are the days that a company can exist unless you're going to be a small mom and pop organization that you can only focus on Atlanta or on Georgia. And then you started thinking regionally and then nationally and now globally, certainly. And the nice thing about technology is that it is very transferable and easily move from one place to another and utilized. A lot of the companies here, even though they might be headquartered here, do a good bit of their business around the country, and now they're looking to move internationally. And we certainly know about the offshoring kind of opportunities where a company oftentimes may have some of their strategic, say, intellect here in respect to developing the R&D part of the business, but they might actually have their production in another part of the world. At one time it used to be more focused on India and China, but now our companies are talking about places like Vietnam and Philippines and Singapore, and we had a company in here last week that said they were opening up a call center in Costa Rica. So it's really all over the country, internationally, that people are looking to make those connections.
It seems like technology is permeating everything in these businesses, like businesses that you wouldn't think of as technology companies, like Delta, or like Agco, or stuff that's not necessarily building IT or something like that, but they're using all these kinds of
exactly
expertise to build their business.
Yeah, so we call them, we have the technology companies, and we have about 13,000 technology companies in the state of Georgia. And then we have our tech-enabled companies. So the tech-enabled companies are the dominant companies, and like you said, it could be, well, really there's it's hard to find a company does not have technology somewhere in their infrastructure today. The CIOs and the chief technology officers inside these companies are, it's really important for them to be part of the business and to drive efficiencies within the business. And then also the other aspect of it is utilizing technology to create growth in terms of nationally and internationally for your business. So inside the business as well as sales and marketing, you know, outside the business.
How does Atlanta in particular, I know that you're a statewide organization, but most of your concentration is in Atlanta. How does Atlanta stack up nationally and globally as a technology center?
So we do a lot of reports. We do the State of the Industry report each year. We also do something called, we do primary research, and so we have this year's research is focused on where Georgia leads, and then also how to sustain our companies here. So in that regard, Atlanta particularly, and when we say Atlanta, of course we're talking about the metropolitan Atlanta area, we're up there in the top 20. We have some room to move up higher.
Globally or nationally?
We're up in the top 20 nationally. Globally, we're very competitive as well. I don't have the statistic on that, but and here's the things that are working for us. We have a great airport. We have a great university system in Georgia Tech that's, I think, ranked fourth in the country in terms of engineers. Cost of living is still relatively reasonable. So there's some very positive things that go on. We also have some areas that we're respected in technology, and we can talk a little bit about those.
Yeah, how about
that?
That was my next question.
Okay.
You went ahead and preempted me there.
Yeah, we're a leader in a number of things that people in the state and around the world may not recognize, but when in a cumulative way we have leadership, for example, in financial technologies. So all the financial transaction processing activities.
I've noticed that. I mean, it seems like every week I'm getting a press release from a new Georgia-based company that's doing this, and not only doing it here, but doing it internationally as well.
Exactly.
We have TSYS. I'm from Columbus, Georgia.
So TSYS is a great company of ours. They're member tag. Their CIO serves on our board. There's Global Payments. There's NCR that's just moved their headquarters here. There's First Data that's just moved their headquarters here. I'm going to forget some of the good ones, but there's Fiserv that was check-free that's located here. And then there's a number of new ones. In fact, we had a business launch competition where we give away $100,000 in cash and $200,000 in services for the best new business launch. And the winner 2 years ago was AccuLink, which is also in the financial transaction technology space. So I think internationally, as it relates to this conversation and how communities may look at it, is if we can create a hub or infrastructure around a particular industry, then it's easier, I think, for companies here to look internationally in terms of how they can make an impact in partnership with another country, and then also how countries can look at Georgia as a hub for a particular area.